notable oaths to the elders and apostles of the millstone shall run till 1/3 Israelites, which include the Judah, Sultan, Zircon, Negroes, Latinos, and Indians who are oppressed together, still according to the book of Jeremiah 50 and 33. Okay, but whom shall lay pertaining to adoption, the giving of the law, the promises, the glory, and the covenants according to the book of Romans chapter 9, namely the blessing according to Genesis 27 and 41. May the kingdom of everlasting life enjoy the secrets be revealed unto you as a descendant of Jacob, his name is later changed to Israel according to the book of Genesis 32 and 28, scattered to the four winds of the earth as a people first, of course, Jeremiah 12 and 9. Alright, sure one, also to the expected word Israelites. Then Darius the king made a decree, Ezra Chapter 6, and search was made in the house of the walls, where the treasures were laid up in Babylon, and there was found at Achmita in the place that is in the province of the Medes, a roll, and therein was a record thus written, in the first year of Cyrus, the same Cyrus, the king made a decree concerning the house of Alahayim, which means God in the heathen tongue, and Jerusalem, let the house be builded a place where they offer sacrifice, and let the foundations thereof be strongly laid, the height thereof 60 cubits, and the breadth thereof 60 cubits, with 3 rows of great stones and a row of new timber, and let the expanses be given out of the king's house. And also let the golden and silver vessels of the house of Alahayim, which Nebuchadnezzar took forth out of the temple which is at Jerusalem, and brought unto Babylon, be restored, and brought again unto the temple which is at Jerusalem, every one to his place, and place them in the house of Alahayim. Now therefore, Tatnai, governor beyond the river, Shetar, Boznai, and your companions, the Apar Zachites, which are beyond the river, be ye far from thence. Let the work of the house of Alahayim alone. Let the governor of the Jews and the elders of the Jews build this house of Alahayim in his place. Moreover, I make a decree what ye shall do to the elders of the Jews for the building of this house of Alahayim, that of the king's goods, even of the chariots beyond the river, for with expenses be given unto these men, that they be not hindered, and that which they had need of, both young bullocks and rams and lambs, for the burnt offerings of the God of heaven, Alahayim, see, red, salt, wine, and oil, according to the appointment of the priests which are at Jerusalem, let it be given them day by day without fail, that they may offer sacrifices of sweet savours unto the Alahayim of heaven, and pray for the life of the king and of his sons. Also I have made a decree that whosoever shall alter this word, let timber be pulled down from his house, and being set up, let him hang thereon, and let his house be made a dunghill for this. And the Alahayim that had caused his name to dwell there, destroy all kings and people that shall put to their hand to alter and to destroy the house of Alahayim, which is at Jerusalem. I, Darius, have made a decree, let it be done with speed. Then Tatnai, governor on the side the river, Shetar, Boznai, and their companions, according to that which Darius the king had sent, so they did speedily. And the elders of the Jews built it, and they prospered to the prophesying of Haggai the prophet, and Zechariah the son of Iddo, and they built it and finished it according to the commandment of the God of Yahshua Israel in the heathen tongue, and according to the commandment of Cyrus and Darius and Artaxerxes, king of Persia. And this house was finished on the 3rd day of the month Adar, which is the 3rd month, which was in the 6th year of the reign of Darius the king. And the children of Yahshua, the priests and the Levites, and the rest of the children of the captivity kept the dedication of the house of Alahayim with joy, and offered at the dedication of this house of Alahayim 100 bullocks, 200 rams, 400 lambs, and for a sin offering for all Israel 12 goats, according to the number of the tribes of Israel. And they set priests in their divisions. So keep in mind, this is circa, alright, 520 BC, alright? Um, and the Levites in their courses for the service of Alahayim, which is at Jerusalem, as it is written in the book of Moses. And the children of the captivity kept the Passover upon the 14th day of the first month. And the children of the captivity kept the Passover upon the 14th day of the first month. So the priests and the Levites were purified together. All of them were pure and killed the Passover for all the children of captivity, and for their brethren the priests, and for themselves. And the children of Israel which were come again out of captivity, and all such as had separated themselves unto them from the filthiness of the heathen of the land, to seek Yahweh, Alahayim of Israel, Yahshua, did eat, and kept the feast of unleavened bread 7 days with joy, for the Lord Yahweh had made them joyful, and turned the hold of the king of Assyria unto them, to strengthen their hands in the work of the house of Alahayim, the Alahayim of Yahshua. Chapter 7. Now after these things, in the reign of Artaxerxes, king of Persia, Ezra the son of Seraiah, the son of Azariah, the son of Hilkiah, the son of Salum, the son of Zadok, the son of Ahitub, the son of Amariah, the son of Azariah, the son of Meariah, the son of Seraiah, the son of Uzi, the son of Buki, the son of Abishua, the son of Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the chief priest. This Ezra went up from Babylon, and he was ready scribe in the law of Moses, which Yahweh, Alahayim of Israel, Yahshua, had given, and the king granted him all his requests according to the hand of Yahweh, his Alahayim upon him. And there went up some of the children of Yahshua, and the priests, and the Levites, and the singers, and the porters, and the Netinims unto Jerusalem in the 7th year of Artaxerxes, Salachia the king. And he came to Jerusalem, to the scoffers out there, I think 340 years ago. Persia, not Persia, Iran was still called Persia, alright, if you don't know. So the scoffers really don't know history, they don't know nothing. Okay. And he came to Jerusalem in the 5th month, which was in the 7th year of the king. For upon the first day of the 1st month began he to go up from Babylon, and on the first day of the 5th month came he to Jerusalem according to the good hand of his Alahayim upon him. For Ezra had prepared his heart to seek the law of Yahweh, and to do it, and to teach in Israel Yahshua's statutes and judgments. Now this is the copy of the letter that the king Artaxerxes gave unto Ezra the priest, the scribe, even as great of the words of the commandments of Yahweh, and of his statutes to Yahshua. Artaxerxes, king of kings, unto Ezra the priest, a scribe of the law of Yahweh of heaven, perfect peace, and as such airtime. I make a decree that all day of the people of Israel and of his priests and Levites in my realm, which are minded of their own free will to go up to Jerusalem, go with thee. For as much as thou art sent of the king and of his 7 counselors, to inquire concerning Judah and Jerusalem, according to the law of thy Alahayim, which is in thy hand, and to carry the silver and gold which the king and his counselors have freely offered unto the Alahayim of Israel, whose habitation is in Jerusalem, and all the silver and gold that thou canst find in all the province of Babylon, which with the free will offering of the people and of the priests offering willingly for the house of their Alahayim, which is in Jerusalem. That thou mayest buy speedily with this money bullocks, rams, lambs, and with their meat offerings and their drink offerings, and offer them upon the altar of the house of your Alahayim, which is in Jerusalem. And whatsoever shall seem good to thee and to thy brethren to do with thee, with the rest of the silver and the gold, to do after the will of your Alahayim, the vessels also that are given thee for the service of the house of thy God, Alahayim, those deliver thou before the Alahayim of Jerusalem. And whatsoever more shall be needful for the house of thy Alahayim, which thou shalt have occasion to bestow it out of the king's treasure house. And I, Artaxerxes, Salachia the king, to make a decree to do to all the treasurers which are beyond the river that whatsoever Ezra the priest described the law of Alhaim of heaven shall require of you if it done speedily, unto 100 talents of silver and 100 measures of bread, and 200 baths of wine, and 200 baths of oil, and salt without prescribing how much. Whatsoever is commanded by the God of by the Alhaim of heaven, let it be diligently done for the house of Alhaim of heaven. For why should there be wrath against the realm of the king and his sons? Also we certify you that touching any of the priests and Levites, singers, porters, Netinims, or ministers of the house of Alhaim, it shall not be lawful to impose toll, tribute, or custom upon them. And thou, Ezra, after the wisdom of thy Alhaim that is in thine hands, that magistrates and judges, which may judge all the people that are beyond the river, or such as know the laws of thy Alhaim, and teach ye them that know them not. And whatsoever will not do the law of thy Alhaim, and the law of the king, let judgment be executed speedily upon him, whether it be unto death, or to banishment, or to confiscation of goods, or to imprisonment, lest be Yahweh Alhaim of our fathers, which had put such thing as this in the king's heart, to uh, beautify Salachia, the house of Yahweh, which is in Jerusalem, and had extended mercy unto me before the king and his counselors, and before all the king's mighty princes. And I was strengthened as the hand of Yahweh, my Alhaim was upon me, and I gathered together out of Yeshua chief men to go up with me. Beautiful man. So we get sometimes honor, even glory, and respect, okay, from princes, kings, in this so-called wannabe kingdom world, because this is Satan's world, and it's already basically a wonder if Yahweh does this to you, man. Okay, so this shows you the strength of Yahweh, the miracles that Yahweh can do, all right, because without showing miracles to you as a prophet or a priest in this example or whatever, okay, out of Yeshua, you have to be Hebrew Israelite, of course, and kings, princes, so-called, wouldn't even talk about, protecting you, giving you laws in their own land, giving you rights, giving you a high position. Look at Joseph, he had a high position, it's the second highest position in the whole land of, was the second highest position in the whole land of Egypt, all right? Such things, man, okay? So you have to clear up your mind, okay, and consider, man, all right? Beautiful. And with that, all praises to Yahweh, Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba Hashem, Makakodash, okay? Only if you are, what is it, diligent in this work, if you study to show yourself approved, man, because this is what, think back of this time, what I read to you in the book of Ezra, and now it would be the brothers who keep our blessings, okay, who prophesy, you see, prophesying the shit of the world, man, okay, out of America first and foremost, alright, you know, and that's, basically the point, man. Don't think that Yahweh will protect you for doing nothing or so, okay? And with that, our voices, Yahweh, Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba Hashem, Kakodash, double honors to the elders and apostles of the mission, of course. Alright, hopefully you receive some edification. Not willing to do into the next lesson. With that, shalom.